think my research topic, or the topic of the book, Megatrends and Democracy, very nicely relates to the theme of this year, democracy and vulnerability, because I think one of the challenges we are facing is, I mean, these megatrends, they happen to us, so that's not something we can influence anymore, but we can shape the consequences of these megatrends. And if we do not shape them in a very intelligent and also in a democratic way, we are extremely vulnerable. So I think that's how my topic related to this year's theme. Well, it's an absolutely incredible and truly inspiring place, from so many dimensions. I mean, first of all, you know, you still feel the Thomas Mann spirit here in the house, and I must say that I did adopt to the Thomas Mann working rhythm, sort of the daily routines he had, because I had this, how should I put this really tight deadline. I had to hand in the manuscript with my publisher April 20, and I did. And that basically meant I started early in the morning at 7 o'clock and really worked on the manuscript, I'd say till 1 or so. Then I put the manuscript aside and of course did something fun in LA, met interesting people, but also that was the second really fascinating and fantastic experience here in the house. I had a lot of debates and discussions with my fellows about the book project, about different questions on democracy, about their projects, and sort of engaging in this vibrant discussion in the living room of the Manns, or in the Thomas Mann study, or when the sun was shining, of course, also outside, was absolutely fascinating and something that will really stick with me. Lots of great things about LA. I mean, I've had some Californian experience before I came here. I sort of started as a student in the Bay Area in the late 1980s, early 1990s. I lived in Santa Barbara for a year with my whole family in 2012, 2013. And now I'm in Los Angeles, so I'm working my way south a little bit. And I find, I mean, California in general is very welcoming, people are very friendly, but I find that even more in LA than all over California, so that was one thing. The second thing was my tennis life here. I sort of engaged in what is called life ball here. It's a way of playing tennis together that's so much fun, and I did that like once or twice a week, and the people I met there was a very nice introduction into Los Angeles lives, how people live here, what challenges people have in their daily life. I mean, climate change became much, or the consequences of climate change, I could really feel in the discussions on the tennis court, talking about house insurances, talking about fires, and so on. So that was a part of my LA life I really liked. Perhaps also a downside on my LA life, I loved my car, but I've never driven as much in my whole life than I did here. And I look forward to Berlin public transportation.